Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Possibly the best fan game ever made, letting you fuse two of the most badass motherfuckers into an even more badasser motherfucker. But underneath this game's extremely dope exterior lies a dark and milky underbelly. You all know what I'm talking about. Those fusions. The ones that even God forgot. And they're gonna be our best friends. Cause I wanna Nuzlocke Pokemon Infinite Fusion using only Nightmare Fuel. Cause sometimes you just gotta stare into the darkness and see what stares back. You know, for fun. Now the rules of a Nuzlocke are very simple if you don't look at the comments. If a Pokemon faints, that little nightmare is dead forever. Or are they? They are. In this case, they super are. But our Spook Lock will have a twist. But we'll get to that later. So abandon all hope, ye who like and comment, cause it's time for Nightmare on Nuzlocke Street. And if you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. It's not always this weird. Well, I can't promise that. And if you're a fan of pushing the boundaries of godless science, then by golly, I think you might just like it here. Speaking of which, come follow the Twitch where all these nightmares were made. I don't know if there's a good part of the sprite to look at. We also do other stuff. So settle in, everybody, lock your windows, and don't answer the door no matter how hard the knocking gets. Cause it's time for the Oops All Nightmare Fuel Nuzlocke. So anyway, it's time to start our Pokemon journey. Oh, what time is it? 3:15 a.m.? Oh no, I am so late. I was supposed to get my starter yesterday. But wait, Professor Oak's lights are still on. Oh, please still have a Pokemon. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, no. Of course, they're all gone. Thanks anyway, Professor. I'll let you get back to your midnight brooding. I guess there's always next year. Huh? You still have one? Amazing! Did you always sound like this? Professor, you can't dangle a plot point in my face and then say forget about it. I don't care if it's not like a Charmander or something, they're overrated anyway. Not 100% in love with the way that you said that, but please, Professor, I'd do anything to start my Pokemon journey. Once again, not 100% in love with the way you're saying this, but yes, I would do anything to be the very best. Amazing, I'm pretty sure. Thank you, Professor. Oh, that smell. But I can't start a Pokemon journey without a Pokemon. So, myriad red flags be damned. Oh, why is it so wet? All right, well, I guess I'll be going on the adventure of a lifetime. Hooray. Oh, one more thing, Professor. Of course it's locked. I guess I choose you. Oh. Yeah, okay. So this is my new best friend. All right, cool. I guess it's time to go on an adventure. It's a whole new world we live in. It's a brand new way to see. And so begins my magical journey for greatness with my squishy new Pokemon partner, Mr. Cool. She sure does whisper a lot, but hey, we've all got our quirks. She seems to really love battling, so maybe this is gonna work out all right. Oh, they were already down, Mr. Cool. Heal. Hey, get them out of your mouth. Hey, drop it, drop it. Okay, yeah, so we won our first battle. Gonna have a talk about unsportsmanlike conduct though, and attacking the other trainer. But she's got spirit. And since we have a minute before the ambulance arrives, let's actually talk about our rule set. So for our Oops All Creepypasta Nuzlocke, we'll be doing hardcore rules, which means no healing items in battle, and I'll be playing in set mode. And regularly in a Nuzlocke, the first Pokemon you run into is the Pokemon you have to catch. But for nightmare trainers like us, we can't be raising cuties. So the twist on encounters is we have to search through an area until we find somebody abandoned by God. And I have all the wild Pokemon randomized, so I don't know if that'll make it easier, but it'll make it more fun. This series is going to hell in a handbasket, and I'm having a great time. And let me tell you, we strike gold on our first route. Whoa! Well, I don't think there's a question about this, everybody. Winner, winner, Eldritch Jitter, exactly. We found it, we got a winner, baby. But sadly, this thing is way too strong for Mr. Cool to handle. And I have to make sure I take care of the nightmares I already have, so I have to run. Mr. Cool seems bummed, though. What's that, Mr. Cool? You want some friends? I think that's what she's asking for. Kinda hard to parse through the screeching whispers. Either way, Mr. Cool was right. We weren't gonna get very far without a team. And lucky for us, down in Viridian City, this guy at the Pokemart, he just gives me a Pokemon. And then disappears. Well, that was nice of him. Now to the untrained eye, this little rose chum looks like it might just be a cutie. But what I see? Possibilities. I just need to nip up to Route 2, catch this horrible little bastard, and science these guys up a little bit, and... Oh God. Why am I doing this again? Mr. Cool does seem pretty happy though. And so Drusilla joins the team. So, hooray. And over on Route 22 I find this thing. And he's gross to me personally, so I think that's gonna be fine for now. So welcome Megamind to the team. But just as the team of nightmares was starting to take shape, I'm ambushed by my rival, whom I have named the protagonist. Because I think we can all agree that's not what I am this time around.
Oh, yours is actually, well, of course it's cool. You're the protagonist. All right, come on, Megamind. Use your f***upness to beat them up.
Megamind absolutely wiped the floor with his adorable team. And strangely enough, absolutely crushing the protagonist and wiping that smug look off his face actually felt kind of good. Oh, excuse me. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Mr. Cool needs friends. And I found this neat little spot tucked between some trees over here. And once more I get arguably lucky with the same demon that we missed out on Route 1. And after a long and dangerous battle, I'm finally able to catch this ferocious monster. So welcome it to the party. Mr. Cool, you've got so many friends now. You're welcome. We venture into the dark and foggy Viridian woods, where we manage to find another horrible little guy, but it breaks out of 20 Pokeballs and I run out, so I fail the encounter. Man, these sleep paralysis demons are tenacious. Speaking of which, it leaves a path of darkness and destruction in its wake as we rip through the forest and its trainers. I'm starting to think that it may be very strong, which is perfect because we land in Pewter City for our first gym battle against Brock. And I've also randomized the gym types, so Brock is now a normal type trainer. And in this game, you can only use as many Pokemon as the gym leader has. So I can only bring it and Mr. Cool. And these gym leaders are supposed to be some of the toughest trainers around. So go it, and don't hold back. Oh, probably could have held back a little bit, actually. Hooray! We won. We did it. Well, while we're waiting on the ambulance, could I actually have that badge? So off we go, fleeing the scene of the crime towards adventure. Ironically, leaving many more crime scenes along the way. Maybe I'm using ironically wrong. Either way, we make it up to Mount Moon, hoping to find another friend.
The idea that there won't be a f***ed up little guy in this cave, I don't believe it. Not for a minute. Did I tell you? It's a sleep paralysis demon, but I want them to stay. I don't need to wake up, because I'm having a great time. But I am terrified.
Aw, our f***ed up little family's growing so fast. Welcome Freakavoid to the team. And quick sidebar, over on my Twitch, for some games, chat members can redeem channel points to make a Pokemon shiny. So you might see the occasional makeover like this. Oh, looking good, Mr. Cool. Just look at all the fun we have over here on Twitch. And so we spelunk our way through the cave, where Freakavoid evolves. Sadly, they get a little more cute in this middle evolution, but don't worry. They won't stay that way. I run into this criminal syndicate called Team Rocket, who's trying to make a triple fusion, it looks like, which doesn't really seem that evil. You know, it's weird, the thought occurs to me that if I was trying to do evil, I'd probably do, like, a lot better. Look, their machine doesn't even work. What, are you trying to power this thing with moonstones? Why not use something more powerful? I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but I don't know, what about, like, human souls or something? Oh, so I'm the weird one. Huh. Hey, Mr. Cool. Could it be that it's actually me that's losing touch with reality as I step down a dark path towards destruction and doom? Yeah, you're right. They're probably just a bunch of quitters. Anyway, let's kick up the pace, because there's a whole world out there that needs conquering. We catch this little freak outside the cave and we name him Schmelvin. And for better or worse, Drusilla evolves. Oh, God damn it. Would you believe me that this gets even worse? Cause it really does. Anyway, the protagonist ambushes us once again, but the power of it cannot be stopped as it single-handedly destroys his team. Yeah, how's that hero's journey going for you, buddy? Also, remember 5 seconds ago when I said Drusilla would get way worse? Oh no. 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 Happy Halloween, everybody! Okay. Accepting that I'll never be able to unsee that, I challenge Misty for my second badge. And Freakavoid absolutely wrecks her steel types. They do look heinous though, so respect. And before I head to the next town, I sleep at a local hotel, where Jirachi decides to visit me in a dream and then join my party. And you might be saying, Hades, doesn't this activate the absolutely no cuties clause? And to that I would say, where's your sense of imagination? And speaking of which, I science up Schmelvin to be half Gyarados. And while they're pretty bad now, they're gonna get worse. I make my way down to Route 6, but all the wild Pokemon are non-stop cuties. So for moments like this when we hit an adorable dead end, I instated a new mechanic. The Wheel of Sleep Paralysis Demons. From Miltank to Machop, this beautifully accursed wheel guarantees Pokemon that will deliver us to evil with only the most horrific and cursed fusions that this nightmare playthrough needs. So next time you can't find an abomination of nature, don't you worry. Just come on down and spin the wheel as we all stray further from God. Oh, would you look at that? A coughing. Now all of your most heinous of nightmares can rip their way into your reality. So thanks again for spinning the wheel of Sleep Paralysis Demons. All right, we'll see you later tonight. So anyway, welcome Van Gogh to the party. I make my way down to Vermilion City where I wonder trade to get Cinderella. Oh yeah, she's perfect. The team has never looked better and or worse depending on how you look at it. And after quickly crushing the protagonist over on the SS Anne, it's time to challenge the bug-type gym leader, Lieutenant Surge. And clearly the ambiguously canonical war was not over for him because he was packing heavy artillery. Mewco. Man, leave it to Infinite Fusion to make something simultaneously so dumb yet so threatening. It starts doing decent damage, but Mewco sets up a future sight. So a legendary's 120 power attack will be a problem soon. Cool. But for some reason, Surge switches Mewco out for this adorable little bastard here. Just as it takes that huge future sight hit. A citrus berry cushions the blow, but it's in trouble. Shit. I have to come up with a really sweaty plan really quick. Schmelvin sets down some toxic spikes. And lucky for us, this Pokemon is an absolute weenie. So Schmelvin uses toxic. And just before it goes down, I bring it back in to take nothing from a tackle. And with a fake out and a shadow sneak, it manages to dishonorably discharge Mewco, winning us our third gym badge. I couldn't believe it. My team of horrific monstrosities and aberrations wasn't perfect. I mean, far from it. But we were actually doing well. And maybe it was just all the insidious whispers constantly emanating from Mr. Cool, but I was starting to feel like maybe this dark path I'm stepping down could actually work out. Maybe usher in at least a small age of darkness. I don't know. I was feeling confident. Meaning I had forgotten the #1 rule of Nuzlocking.
Oh, wow. Wow, look at that. Okay, that's a lot. What a Venoshock. I know. He was so close to his final form.
After all we've been through. No. After I finally got used to how gross and clammy your Pokeball was. How am I supposed to go on without my f***ed up little guy whispering dark and evil thoughts into my ear? Mr. Cool, what would she want me to do now? Wait, the answer's so clear. Evil. I need to do evil. I need to keep collecting nightmarish Pokemon for world domination, crushing the protagonist's dreams, showing Team Rocket the true face of evil, and engulfing the world in darkness and despair. It's so simple now. It's almost like I can still hear her little screeches and squishes off in the distance. Oh God, that's unsettling, but I guess heartwarming. And so with renewed purpose in our step, we continue our journey as we land in Lavender Town, just as I'd lost my starter. That's upsetting. It felt like the whole team was hit by this loss, and not just because it's so damn quiet now without all the squishing and whispering, but I needed to find someone to fill Mr. Cool's big, gross shoes. And I find a pincer on Route 8, and the wheel grants us another Mr. Mime, because for obvious reasons, Miltank and Mr. Mime will never leave the wheel, and I know what I must do. I prepare the DNA splicer. Welcome to the team, Mr. Teeth. God, that is awful. Oh, Christ. It's perfect. And so off we ride with Mr. Teeth in tow, and while he's a lot quieter than Mr. Cool, he sure does love violence. And so with renewed spooky purpose, we make it to the big city of Celadon, where I get a Leaf Stone to evolve Drusilla. But despite how heinous she's been throughout this entire playthrough, her final form is, honestly, not cursed enough for this part of my villain arc. So as I approach our 4th gym challenge against the ghost trainer Erica, I give Drusilla a little makeover with a Krokorok I got from a fossil.
I don't know if there's a good part of this sprite to look at.
Van Gogh also hits his final form, and so does Freakazoid. Oh, now that's what I'm talking about. Horrible. And we've been through a lot, but looking at the team now, it feels like we can finally... Excuse me. Sorry, something got caught in the way back of my throat there. Ugh, that was weird. I step into Erica's gym with a looming sense of dread. This place is adorable and covered in flowers. Why is it so unsettling? But there's no time to worry about that. I challenge you, Erica. My team of nightmares is gonna take you down. Why are you smiling like that? Oh my god! She sacrificed her own guy! Freakazoid, no! Erica is so hardcore! My team of nightmares could do nothing to stop the true evil that is Erica's team. I hear the ambulance off in the distance, finally coming for us this time. As I drift away, I can't help but think, God, game recognized game. What a horrible yet highly entertaining nightmare. Wait, what time is it? 3:15 a.m.? I'm late to start my Pokemon journey. But wait, didn't I already do this? And what's that scratching at the window? Mr. Cool! You've come back to me! Or you've supernaturally had a hand in my demise and brought me back here in what can only be described as a sick and twisted purgatory. But I missed you, buddy. For some unknowable, godforsaken reason, I missed you. I couldn't have said it better myself, Mr. Cool. The world isn't gonna smother itself in darkness. Let's get going. It looks like the real villain arc was the friends we made along the way. And reunited with our squishy best friend, we once more set out in search of greatness and domination. And I didn't need Mr. Cool whispering dark prophecies in my ear to know that we were building our team of nightmares from the bottom up again. Though she did still whisper about it. I get super lucky on our first encounter, and we welcome Skin Puppet to the team. They're always looking for new skin to wear. So quirky. I also science up Yankee Candle. Wow, they look like they are in great pain. I love them. My chat liked to think that they were spit scented. I'd like to know what y'all think though, so maybe leave a comment about what scent you think Yankee Candle is. Cause honestly, I couldn't tell you what that is. And my little guys are hankering for violence. So we crush the protagonist in our first battle and run over to Viridian Forest to the familiar soundtrack of faraway ambulance sirens. Deep in the forest, I find this little f***ed up parasite, and his name is Jeremy. Mr. Cool is thrilled with the new company, but she does keep trying to consume them when I'm not looking. Oh, she did it again. Drop it. Hey, drop it, drop it. Do not make me get the spray bottle again. What a handful. I guess she knows better than any of us now what flavor Yankee Candle is. Anyway, I make it up to Pewter City, but I discover that our first gym leader, Brock, is a ground type trainer, which, haha, 3/4 of my team is weak to, so cool. I guess it's time to scrape together the last possible encounters I can for the old monster factory. And I managed to create Limbs. And he's a nightmare in the sense that I would never sleep again if I saw him in my shower, so for now, they'll do. And so, with my team of fledgling abominations, we're as ready as we'll ever be to face off against Brock. And for a brief moment, it feels like I've got this fight in the bag. But Brock's little robot sausage unleashes a devastating rollout that fatally smushes poor Limbs like any other silverfish I find in my shower. But with Limbs' hard work, Skin Puppet is able to come in and finish the job for our first gym badge. But Limbs' brave sacrifice shall not be forgotten, which is why it took me about an hour to wrangle all of Limbs' remains out of Mr. Cool's many mouths. Because they deserve a proper burial, even if it will definitely be a closed casket. I mean, I'm evil, but I'm not a monster. I vandalized Brock's gym because it makes me feel better, and it's time to move on. There's a whole world to conquer, and the video's already getting to about 20 minutes, so let's pick up the pace. Yankee Candle accidentally burns our Mount Moon encounter to death, and yes, it smells terrible. On the bright side, Skin Puppet evolves, but they might need some new skin. It's just not giving nightmare. I run into Team Rocket again, who's still trying to use moonstones to power their infernal machines. Come on guys, at least try Orphan Tears. Yeah, that's what I freaking thought. Bunch of quitters. I don't even know why I try with these people. Outside the cave, I get super lucky with Shed Wrath. And with a winning smile like that, you know I gotta catch them. And recycle them for parts. But I was not prepared for how this would go. Oh
no. The baby is in the belly. Is it in trouble? Is it in trouble or is it happy? I don't know.
So welcome Roadkill to the team. I also give Skin Puppet some new skin, and while this is terrible in its own right, trust me, this one will be worth the wait. The protagonist challenges us to another battle, which is great because Mr. Cool was getting peckish.
All right, have fun, sweetie. Remember, witnesses are liabilities.
I meet Jirachi once again in a dream, and they join the party. I don't have a wheezing anymore to make you heinous, but I do love a challenge. I spin the wheel of sleep paralysis demons for Route 24, and it finally happens. Heaven help us. Will this be horrible? No, that's adorable both ways. This isn't the Oops All Cuties Nuzlocke. Though, let me know if you want to see that in the comments below. And just as I was starting to feel self-conscious that my team wasn't heinous enough to strike fear into the hearts of my enemies, it happened.
Oh no! Obviously, I see it too. I see it. Don't think that I don't. How could I not? Yeah, I think I hate it too, and that might be why it needs to be here. We're doing Satan's work.
I'm pretty deep into my villain arc here, and this is a bit much for even me. Stay strong. This is a Cursed Nuzlocke, so everybody welcome Therapy Bills to the team. Ugh. And with our milky friend Intel, I set out for the next gym battle. So let's do it. It's time to fight Misty, and the randomizer gods have given her poison type, which shouldn't be a problem for our sweet little baby Mr. Cool. That is unless she has a dark type. Well, crap. I bring in Jeremy and he tanks a bite. And he finishes Houndyou with a quad effective dig attack. Now Mr. Cool should be able to finish the job as long as she doesn't have a ghost type. Were you preparing specifically for this fight? And while I admire Misty's taste in heinous Pokemon, Jeremy's gonna have to pull a double shift on this one. And a super potion from Misty puts Jeremy in trouble.
Please survive. Survive the Astonish. Survive the Astonish. Jeremy with 1 HP. Okay, everything comes down to Jeremy. Come on, Jeremy. No! Jeremy! It had Shadow Sneak this whole time, and it was using Astonish? Mr. Cool, I need you to clutch up. Come on, come on. Shadow Sneak survives. Mr. Cool survives, okay. Confusion? Oh my God. Mr. Cool, by the skin of their skin, has survived our fight with Misty. Jeremy, you will be missed?
We'd won our second gym badge, but once again, at a cost. We hold a brief, yet moving Yankee Candlelight Vigil in honor of Jeremy's sacrifice. Smells like grief. And spit. But we have to keep going, so the team and I hit the road. And I gotta say, Therapy Bills, despite how atrocious they look, they are strong as hell. Though double battles were awkward.
Mr. Cool is very upset about how this double battle worked out. Therapy Bills is just like, I'll get him, and Mr. Cool's like, no, it's fine, please. Please, can you just make me the second in the slot?
On the road to the next gym leader, I get a barrage of important encounters. Like this little abomination. His name is Mouth. I also get lucky with the S-tier Nightmare Maker Cradley, as well as a Quillfish Bonnet, which means that Skin Puppet can reach their final form early. And thanks, I never wanted to sleep again anyway. I hop on the SSN and Skin Puppet and Therapy Bill start tossing people overboard with reckless abandon. But the protagonist shows up once more to try to stop us. I send out Therapy Bills, who starts taking him down single-milkedly. But I walked right into the protagonist's trap. His goopy haunter unleashes a devastating combo of confusion, mean look, and curse, meaning Therapy Bills can't escape the onslaught.
No! Therapy Bills! I am sad. I'm sad that I lost Therapy Bills. I have mixed feelings. I do have mixed feelings about the death.
This one's complicated, but the protagonist took away one of our most powerful abominations this day. And as the losses continue to pile up, I have to be careful, or my plans of world domination will never be more than my enemy's distant nightmares. And as I round the corner of our third gym challenge, I find out that Lieutenant Surge is a flying type trainer, so I decide to get serious. Just as soon as I finish this stupid fucking puzzle. If you could even call it that. It's just guess the right trash can twice or start over. This is evil, but it's like DMV evil. Whatever, I got it. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy beating the crap out of this guy. Lock in, everybody, cause we're taking on Lieutenant Surge and his flying types. And making his battle debut is Mouth, who starts tearing his way through Surge's team. And Surge sends out his goofy scorpion thinking he's all hot shit using Bide, trying to unleash all that damage Mouth has been doing back at him. But Skin Puppet wore their special rock skin for this occasion. And mixed with Cradley, they easily win the battle in our 3rd gym badge. I make sure to leave a review about Lieutenant Surge's puzzle. That feels better. And before the fuzz arrive, we hit the road. Skin Puppet changes back to their original skin, and I don't remember how I got here exactly, but I get another wheel spin. And fate decides that our team doesn't have enough Mr. Mimes on it. I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. I'm really sorry about this. I am. I have to do it, but I am really sorry. Oh, it's too big for the Pokedex page. And so, Creeper joins the team. Mr. Cool is ecstatic. At least I think that's what's happening right now. I should really hit the road before people start wondering where their pets have gone. And with 3 badges won, on the horizon lies her, the woman who ended our last run. But it's a long way till Erica, so buckle up, Nightmare Cup, cause we're hitting the road. I suddenly find myself in the market for a new electric type because Mouth mysteriously dies due to what can only be described as no one's fault. And on Route 9, I find this thing, and I science up Horseless Headman. And everything feels like a step down in horror since Creeper joined the team, but they'll do for now. Yankee Candle finally evolves, but something's gonna have to change here. And between a bunch of encounters and wheel spins, I end up with Pandora and Stink Bomb. And then, in the depths of Rock Tunnel, it happens. A dark cloud formed over Kanto that day. The rivers ran red with blood, and madness gripped the hearts of man as Mr. Cool hit puberty. Wow, Mr. Cool. Mr. Cruel, you look great. OMG, I was literally about to say that. Revenge match. Watch out, Erica, because we're coming. This is a pretty fun video so far, right? I mean, if you haven't subscribed, now'd be a great time. Maybe leave a comment about how good Mr. Cruel looks. So anyway, we make it to Celadon City once more. But Erica won't give us our revenge match until we take care of the Team Rocket infestation in the sewers. And I have been thinking that a subterranean lair for the team and my nefarious dealings would be pretty fun. Plus, I'd get to beat up some posers, so I'm in. Seriously, I didn't even see one Doomsday device down there. Hit the road, Mother Teresa. Pandora does evolve from drinking Giovanni's tears, though. Now that all that's out of the way. What time is it? Why, it's revenge time. Erica brought our last run to a bitter, crushing halt. But this time, we've got Mr. Cruel. Ain't she cute? And Erica's a fairy-type trainer this time around, so Mr. Cruel unleashes a devastating Venoshock. But her dog in a star costume isn't messing around. It's time for my secret spit-covered weapon. Meet Tongue Depressor, Yankee Candle's next form. This bulky ball of tongue suffers a flinch, but manages to take Granmy down. Now, as long as she doesn't have a steel type. But I'm in my villain era, baby, so I've got no qualms about abusing evasion boosts. But this thing's aerial ace can't miss, so a long war of attrition follows as the AI picks moves at random. And with Stink Bomb unable to safely switch in, I have to risk it all. Please don't go for an aerial ace. Sacred Sword! Come on! Come on! Holy sh! Holy sh! We did it! Oh my god! Oh my god! My gross tonguey life flashed before my eyes. Oh, Erica threw and we caught. Hooray, everybody! We are still on, never punished. Come on, Tongue Depressor! Yes! That's a miss! Come on! Come on, all of my tonguey fury! That's right! Hell yes! We have defeated Erica. Our grudge match has been grossly licked to victory, so let's continue on, everybody. Nightmares for the Nightmare God. Whew.
Curse for the Cursed Throne.
We'd officially passed our previous run, and me and my team at Crimes Against God weren't about to give up now. So let's do some more team building as we approach Fuchsia City. I fused a Dust Skull and a Milk Tank to make this silly little guy. Hey little guy, I'm gonna name you Silly Pete. You're probably too cute for this playthrough. Oh wait, he's evolving. Oh, Mother of God!
Silly Pete, everybody! Silly Pete's here, woohoo! Yeah, I love him. Love my little guy, Silly Pete. Silly Pete, what happened?
Seriously, I look at some of this art and I say, some sick person had to draw this. And to them I say, thank you for your service. Just look at Silly Pete's thirst for violence in Discord. Inspiring. I get a lucky wheel spin to get a Mimikyu. And over in the Hidden Forest, I find this thing. So of course I catch him and synthesize him for parts. And I science up this denizen of the deep. Oh, wait, no, I mean this one. And much to my delight, another talented sprite artist made him even worse. Speaking of which, that Gengar finally lets me make Jirachi horrible. And once again, another sprite artist made them even worse. God, I love this community. So welcome Earworm and Mike Wazowski. And with the team freshly nightmare fueled up, it's time. We challenge the rock-type gym leader Koga to battle. So I choose you, Creeper. Oh, sorry, I'll just never get used to seeing you. Use a grass move. Creeper siphons the life out of his first Pokemon, no problem. But Koga has a monster of his own, Charizard. An absolute powerhouse of fuck me, I guess. I send in Silly Pete, but even his huge bulk can't withstand this thing's crunch. And with no strong counter, I am backed into a corner. Skin Puppet bravely leaps into the fray, and the first horrible little bastard to join us on this journey makes the ultimate sacrifice to bravely clear the way for Mike Wazowski to come in and crush this toothy bastard. That's for Skin Puppet. The rest of Koga's team falls before the power of Wazowski's big, gross, weeping eye, winning our 5th gym badge. But sadly, Skin Puppet couldn't wear the skin of victory with us that day. Even Mr. Cruel's horrifying whispers gave a moment of silence that day. And as per Skin Puppet's last will and testament, we hold the funeral services by way of arson. We should probably skip town for a bit. In need of a pick-me-up, the team and I go to Saffron City to beat the ever-loving crap out of Team Rocket. Honestly, we do feel better after that. Skin Puppet really loved beating up posers, but we must press on. And with our 6th gym badge on the horizon against Sabrina, who apparently has bug powers instead of psychic powers, our mission was clear. Beat the crap out of her team like everybody else. So to fill the Skin Puppet-shaped hole in our team, I fuse an Omastar and Mimikyu.
Oh. They're perfect.
Welcome, Lamb Chop. And this little piece of HP Lovecraft gristle is rocking Shell Smash and Disguise, meaning they get a guaranteed opportunity for a vicious sweep. Which is why I was very surprised that Silly Pete and Wazowski handled Sabrina on their own. I might have overprepared, but frankly, a clean win was the morale boost we all needed. Sabrina, go kick rocks. So off we go towards Cinnabar Island, riding what frankly looks like a sperm. And y'all, the luck I had along the way for encounters was absolutely insane, with 2 legendaries. That's a lucky sperm. They're both pretty graceful though, but I accept this challenge as a veteran demon maker. Speaking of which, I make dandruff. You know, for fun. And so I land on Cinnabar Island. And word around town is that the gym leader Blaine used to be an evil mad scientist doing all sorts of nefarious experiments, but has since given that life up. And I don't suffer quitters on this channel, so Lamb Chop and Dandruff demolish his team of dragon types. I don't care how many legendaries you have, I have these 2. And speaking of legendaries, we have a little problem. I can't get my 8th gym badge right now, because Giovanni still fancies himself some kind of supervillain. He's out in an active volcano, probably not even engaging in ritual sacrifice, trying to merge 3 legendary Pokemon into some big super bird. Very cute. So I think it's high time I show him a real villain. Go Femme Fatality. Now Hades, you might be saying. What? A Meloetta made of tongues is gross, but how is that evil? Well, what could be more evil than sending out a legendary fusion in a Nuzlocke just to blow up? I had a feeling that it might not finish the job though, so I brought one of my most horrible creations. Mondays. And while I have no idea why the far-fetched Galvantula Persian makes Antichrist Garfield, what I do know is that Antichrist Garfield is very fast and can hit every head of the bird at once. Looks like we're having bird lasagna tonight. So Giovanni, if you could get back to your job of losing to me on the clock, I'll see you in Vermilion City. So now it's time for our final gym battle. And seeing how I've scared Giovanni straight, he uses normal types now. So we enter the legally sanctioned ring with Giovanni. And I brought a secret weapon for his normal types. Meet Cordyceps. And this horrifying well, maybe don't worry about Cordyceps.
Cordyceps is super dead. Cordyceps, you barely were involved. I'm so sorry, my friend. We didn't get a lot of opportunity to get attached to Cordyceps.
Now, Giovanni's team is strong, albeit a little weird. But between Silly Pete, Wazowski, and Lamb Chop, we finally get done bullying Giovanni as we get our final badge. Wait. All right, just gotta call this in. Now I'm done. And I can't believe how far my little grassroots campaign for evil has come. So as we enter the final stages of our nightmare lock, I must forge the most devastating team of gruesome Lovecraftian horrors ever to blot the skies of Kanto. Hey, that's an excellent idea, Mr. Cruel. We should see where the legendary birds landed. I wonder what they'll be randomized to. Hopefully something Holy Mother of Cthulhu! Are you serious? Well, don't mind if I do. And just as I finished catching the 3 legendary birds, I heard a voice saying it only appears to the truly wicked. Well, first of all, thank you for noticing. So I gather a bunch of feathers for the voice and it takes me to a dream world where it reveals itself to be the devil. Oh my god, Mr. Cruel and I are such big fans of your work, sir. And he's just getting into the good shit about plunging the world into endless nightmares and some dweeb interrupts him. Hey, beat it, Moonbeam, the adults are talking.
What do you want? The light of the full moon can absolve you? What if that sounds really lame? Darkrai, where you at? Let's usher in an age of darkness. Come on, buddy.
So my boy the devil starts laying it down with a plan to drive people mad with the power of nightmares, and I am into this shit. And all I have to do is corrupt the full moon guardian's bed. Say less, I'm on it.
I know I like to keep things kind of like, peppy, but I do hunger for madness and destruction.
So I corrupt the full moon guardian's bed, but things got a little weird from there.
I'm a Magikarp now? What the hell was that? I really don't know what's happening. And why does it have my hair? Okay. Is this evil that I'm doing? This doesn't feel evil. Is this the first level of hell where you're just a Magikarp? Please, the devil, save me. The realm of dreams, it can finally be corrupted. That's what I'm talking about.
I return to the devil who, impressed by my complete lack of reluctance to plunge the world into darkness, decides to join the party. And by the devil, I mean this Latios Kyogre. But sadly, Kyogre makes pretty much everything it touches just cool or majestic. I could only find one Pokemon that makes a nightmare worthy of the team, but we probably won't get it. Anyway, I guess I'll beat up the full moon guardian before I go. Are you serious? Well, don't mind if I do. So join me in creating the team of ultimate horrors to face the Elite Four. So first off, there's no question. Mr. Cruel, Herald of Darkness, and just all-around cutie patootie. Mr. Cruel, I've buried a lot of bodies for you. Let's see this through to the bitter end. Next up is Silly Pete. This horrific toothy ghost cow is an absolute unit of peak typing and physical bulk. Just don't ask where the milk comes from. And you already know I'm bringing Mike Wazowski, a steel poison type with levitate and a gaze haunting enough to give a priest insomnia the rest of their life? Sign me up. Then of course I'm bringing Lamb Chop. This Cthulhu toenail clipping is an absolute beast when it comes to sweeping and dragging folks to briny depths. And speaking of which, the ultimate evil from 20,000 Leagues rises. Welcome, Deep Dark. With constant rain giving unlimited use of thunder. And the final addition to our team, by fusing the Dark Lord Giratina with Groudon, a creature so horrible and bent on destruction, I shudder to speak its name. US Healthcare. So watch out, Elite Four. We're coming, and we are overpowered as shit. So let's just do our best, everybody. All right, I want to see some hustle. No eye in team. There is an eye in Nightmare, but we have a lot of eyes. All right, let's go. My first Elite Four battle commences, and Lorelei is rocking normal types. But will our cursed team be enough? Especially when Lorelei is opening up with her own nightmares.
Etina! Man, I don't know whose Pokemon is scarier. If you're gonna make Eevee look that fucked up, I gotta put respect where respect is due, Lorelei. That's heinous.
But the real trouble comes in an adorable Snorlax sleeping on a cloud. Lamb Chop unleashes a Rock Blast, but stopping at 2 hits, Snoria unleashes its adorable Fury.
All right, Heavy Slam is gonna suck. No, Lamb Chop goes down. This is for Lamb Chop.
Deep Dark bursts onto the battlefield for swift vengeance with Calm Mind and rain-boosted Surfs. But we end our first Elite Four match with one of our monsters having been put to Pokemon sleep. So can we do this with only 5 sleep paralysis demons? We step into the ring against Bruno swinging super heavy judo chops. And he's a grass-type trainer. So I have Mr. Cruel lay down toxic spikes to inflict some pre-existing conditions, as US Healthcare decimates his uninsured team. And with 2 down, we press forward. Now, Agatha fancies herself some kind of spooky girly, so we've got to show her who the real spooky girly is. This time around, Agatha's an electric trainer, and she isn't messing around, since her opening Pokemon is one of the big 3.
I found the One Piece. It's dumber than I thought it would be, but I found it.
But what Agatha doesn't know is that Mr. Cruel prefers Naruto and hits her with a "fuck you no" jutsu. And Mr. Cruel proceeds to absolutely body a critical arrow blast from Big 3 main character Monkey D. Luffy. Look at Mr. Cruel. Look at her big gross face. That's the face of Victory right there. You know, and some other stuff. But Victory too. US Healthcare comes in to take out Luffy because they're a Bleach fan. But then comes in her big thick shark, who's a huge threat for US Healthcare. And fearing a high power outrage, I literally spend the next 3 minutes meditating on the exact right move, only to decide to gamble it all on US Healthcare. And this happens.
All right, let's roll the dice, baby. Let's roll the bones. Earthquake. Okay, full restore was what you did with your turn? After all of this, you ever do this? You ever do that thing where you stress so much about a single move and then it doesn't matter at all? And then a buff dancer comes in.
Whatever, a win is a win. And between the power of US Healthcare and some clutch healing from Wazowski, Agatha's team falls before the spookier girlies. Seriously though, who is your decorator? How did you get the void in here? And after some quick decoration advice, it's time. Our last Elite Four challenge. And Lance is a ghost-type trainer. US Healthcare comes out swinging and takes out his first Pokemon easy. But then comes his Palkia Doublade Fusion. And this is where I make a critical error. I Earthquake to get a little bit of damage to start, and I barely tank a Spatial Rend. But I see the KO with a Shadow Force, thinking that it can't hit me in the shadows. But Doublade gets no guard, meaning all attacks hit. No, you killed US Healthcare! I bring in Deep Dark, who's able to outspeed and almost take Palkblade out, while tanking a Spatial Rend. But Lance switches out his healthcare cutting swords to bring in his Fire Mummy, who Deep Dark dispatches no problem. But Lance is packing another legendary, mixed with a weird little guy. I switch into Wazowski to pass a wish to heal Deep Dark, but when it goes for a Shadow Force, I have an idea. Silly Pete is immune to ghosts, so I pivot in to go for a burn. And I score one of the luckiest plays I have ever had.
And then I'm gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp. Withdrawing! Who's back to Palk? Wait, Will-O-Wisp! Oh my god, please, come on, burn to work. Yes! There is a devil! Amazing!
But it's not over yet. His lamp gun is still a huge threat. Protected by the rain, I pivot into Wazowski, who manages to tank an Inferno and take the beast down, leaving only his Giratina left. But I've still got Silly Pete.
I don't think it has a move that can hurt Silly Pete. I'm smiling like Silly Pete smiles right now. I think this is gonna be good.
Completely immune to all of his attacks, Silly Pete sits back as Lance's Jirai suffers a slow, painful end. That's for US Healthcare. And so the moment has finally come. All the blood, sweat, and tears that we have beaten out of our enemies has led us to this final battle. But with only 4 nightmares left, can I wipe that smug look off the protagonist's face one last time? You're damn right I can. The protagonist absolutely threw! And he threw hard. I mean, he absolutely wasted a nasty plot by using a quad-resisted flamethrower on Deep Dark. He used weak attacks, unnecessary switching, he used full restores at 3/4 HP, and by and large totally squandered a team jam-packed with legendaries. Oh, they are sweet tears indeed. Oh my god, normally I'd be so upset at such an underhanded win, but not when it completes my villain arc, baby! Oh, you messed up so bad, and everyone was counting on you to stop me, and you played like dog shit! Oh, this is the best day ever! I own this place now! Mr. Cruel! We did it! I couldn't have done it without you either, buddy. I'd say bring it in, but you're sticky. But hey, what do you want to do first as the new Dark Overlords of Kanto? You know, Mr. Cruel, I'd like that. I like that a lot. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, consider subscribing to the channel to see more of this. Maybe leave a comment about your favorite nightmare or what you might want to see me play next. Go follow my Twitch where I recorded this very playthrough. I'll be starting a new playthrough over there very soon as well. And there's so much I couldn't show you here, and if you want to see it all, the whole adventure's up on my VOD channel now. I want to thank my wonderful community for helping this channel grow to what it is now. I'm absolutely floored by the support, so let's see how far we can take this, eh? Alright, y'all, I'll see ya in the next adventure. It'll probably be a little bit less weird than this one, but hey, who knows?